same shirt. So you're going to probably notice that I shot these in the same day. But that's okay. What I've done to get these rolling out more quickly is I've got my camera in my office set up all the time. I'm hoping to move it down to the studio. But it's here to remind me every day that I plan on shooting one of these every day, unless I'm shooting something else. But something new is getting shot on a daily basis. So I've got a light that's already in here. Maybe a little bit too bright, but I'm an old guy. I need a lot of wattage to smooth me out. Got a light in here, got the camera in here. Everything's always ready to go. If I don't get it done, it reminds me I didn't get it done when I come in my office to do something else and see all this stuff. So today what I want to talk to you about is, if you don't ask, you don't get. One of the things you're going to be doing as an independent filmmaker is trying to shoot things as cheaply as possible. Call it as frugally as possible, call it as on budget as possible, but whatever it is, you need to get the most movie for the least amount of money because, you know, you guys who have been following the Amazon Direct stuff, you know how many minutes it takes to make money on there, right? You know how difficult it is to sell DVDs and physical media in this world now, even on the internet. Like, you need to be out there in person with your talent that they see in the movie. Your actors and actresses, they want them to sign the DVD. They'll buy a DVD from them, but buying it on the internet is this impersonal thing. On the internet, they just want to watch the movie for free. You're lucky enough, I had somebody who's actually doing work for me tell me, oh, what's the name of some of your movies? I'll go on Pirate Bay and watch them. This is somebody I'm paying. Wants to steal my movies. Right? So it's hard enough to get people to watch it as part of a subscription. To my face, he's telling me he's going to steal money from me. And I'm like, am I going to be getting this service from you for free? No. So how do you expect me to pay you? You don't let me get paid for my work. But anyway, thing is, since there's so much of that kind of thing going on, keeping your budget down in this realm until you're doing big movies where there's money to be made, keeping your budget low is important. And one of the things you need to be willing to do is a little bit of begging. And it's hard to show up someplace with a $5,000 camera. I don't have one anymore. But some of you will have a camera, you'll have equipment, you'll have a lot of people, you'll have some cars, you'll have some fancy props. You might even have a named actor or actress with you. And it's hard to show up someplace with them and ask them to give it to you for free or cheap or whatever. But it pays to try and get these things because if you can add the production value of your movie, which adds value for your actors, which adds value for you, which adds value to your audience. So if you don't want to ask for things for you, ask for things for those people, your actors, your crew, your audience. Okay, they deserve the best movie you can give them for the $400 you have to spend, or the $1,000 you have to spend, or whatever it is. If you're not paying your cast and your crew, at least you can give them a better movie if you can ask for things. Or if you ask for some perks that they might then, benefit from, like food. Some restaurants will give you a discount on food if you give them a credit. Some restaurants will give you free food if you hit them at a certain time of day. So if you know places that prepare food ahead of time, like bakeries, pizzerias, stuff that has food out on the shelf, but they close at 4 in the afternoon because that's around here. I didn't see a lot of places like that in Florida, and there weren't a ton of places like that in New York. But there are some bakeries in New York that'll close that early. But what they do is they make fresh stuff for the next day. So even if they're closing at night, if you can stop by and make a deal with them where it's, hey, my PA is going to come by late tonight for our food for tomorrow. Some of them will do that for you. They'll give you a super deep discount, or they might even give it to you for free. Locations. Ask. Okay? Make sure you have them covered somehow. You're either insured, or you're shooting some very basic safe stuff. You sign a waiver form. You get them to sign a waiver to you that you can use the location. Make sure the person you're asking is actually the person who can give you permission. But locations are one of the many, many things that you can, or one of the easiest things to get for free if you're not in a movie town. If you're in a movie town, everybody has their hand out for money. Sometimes they just want to be involved with the business, but sometimes they're a little bit more, We have been very fortunate in our little town with the locations. They've been very, very kind to us, and we appreciate that. And then more recently, Halloween was over. Thanksgiving was going to be over. I was coming back from New York, and so I wrote to a local plant place, Linda's Plants, and asked them if they would still have pumpkins, because I don't know the seasons on pumpkins. I didn't know if they have anything left. But since we didn't get to shoot the pumpkin scene I wanted to last year, because of weather hit us, and I was making fake pumpkins this whole time, thinking I was going to have to shoot it with them, but I had always originally planned on doing it with real pumpkins. And now here we are at the end of real pumpkin season. I said, let me ask somebody again. So I contact them via email, and I say, will you still have them? And two, if we're going to buy a dozen or 2 dozen, can we get them at a discount and we will buy the ugliest pumpkins you have left? Like, we don't care if they're pretty orange, if they've got some scarring, if they've got because they're monster pumpkins. So, you know, if they're not ugly enough, we might have to monster them up. So they write back and they say, we'll give you a dozen pumpkins for free if you thank us in the credits. And I'm like, yeah, we could do that. That's fantastic. That changed our whole outlook for how much the shoot's going to cost. It saved us a couple of bucks. We were able to do multiple takes. Not as many multiple takes as we wanted, but that's another video. You will finally get to see the bumper I've been talking about in the video we put together from it. It's so on the page Jack vs. Lanterns, write that down, Jack vs. Lanterns, on Facebook, there's video of the shots we took, and some of them are edited together for the finale, but it is not the actual, I don't think it's the actual sequence we'll use. We're going to be bumping it up, adding music, probably changing a few things. But you'll get to see us hitting actual pumpkins. So go check that out. And we didn't get to do as many takes as we wanted, but I did get to do some other stuff. Thankfully, I had more than just the 3 pumpkins I had bought for another scene. That was like, you know, they were like $4 a piece. This would have been $50 right there. And if I needed to, the thing is, when you're paying for stuff, even just $50 or $100 or whatever, you get to be very frugal with your shots then if it's something you're going to destroy in the shot, right? So if you make a mistake, you're like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I just spent $50 of the budget that I don't have another $50 to spend this week, you know, and that's how movies get to be this long, right? So then you're thinking, oh, can I cook for my wife on Friday instead of take her out and save the money so I can do the shot again? So there, you know, so this frees up your movie. It frees you up, and you get to do this stuff. But if I hadn't asked for the discount, you know, and told them why we were buying it, if I just run in and bought them, who knows? So get to know your local businesses. Get to be nice to them. Offer them services too. And here's the thing. You don't have to offer your services free when you're offering the first time. If this is something you do professionally and you want to actually shoot video for places, you know, see if you can get some sales out of them. But then when you're talking to a business who has done you a favor, make sure they understand now, if they need a favor from you, you're going to do it, right? Because that's how you get a favor next time. That's how you get told, you know, get other businesses told. So, you know, if you ask for favors, be willing to do favors. Karma, right? Always be willing to do favors. Always put yourself out there for, you know, things you believe in, charities you support. That's a good place for you to just do good. And occasionally you'll meet some people. But doing good's its own reward. And for a lot of these places, you know, I'm surprised now at my age that I'm still getting this kind of thing. When I was younger and I would ask places for help, you know, I was a student or just out of college or whatever, it all kind of felt like they were doing it because I was this kid and they wanted to help this kid get started. Now I'm this old guy who still hasn't kind of gotten started, and places still are willing to help me. Because, you know, it's kind of the economy we're in right now where everybody's willing to help each other out and trade stuff over, because you're either the big guy stepping on people or the middle ground and little guy helping people out. And I'd like to think that we've managed to help a few people, kept some actors going until they got their career, you know, to where they were willing to move off to LA and go with it, because they had, you know, they had their time on sets with me and some other indie filmmakers, and now they're going out there, and a few of them have made successes of themselves, which is fantastic. And you know, you like to think at the very least you keep people going, you give them something to do. But I got way off track, so you know, there you go. My main point was, if you need something and you see someplace you can ask for it, politely ask. If they can't help you, don't be mad. Right? Think of all the times somebody's asked you for help and you couldn't help, right? Your friend's moving but you're working. If someplace can't help you, absolutely, positively, take it well. But don't be afraid to ask. If rejection is what bothers you, this is the wrong business for you. Right? Not everybody's going to love your movies, even the ones that are great. Not everybody's going to be kind to your art. Not everybody's going to give you things when you need it. Not all your actors are going to show up. Not all your crew is going to be helpful. So if this is something you're doing for approval, you know, think about looking at other stuff to do. Let me know what else you'd like to see, because I got 40 of these to do just to finish the year, right? Or 30, 37 or something. So, keep that going, and then 365 more videos next year. Some of them will undoubtedly be traveling with Chais, and some of them will be some Johnny Pitchmans, and we might do a third season of The Simplest Things. If you guys have not checked that out yet on Amazon Prime Season 1, please do. Season 2 is coming soon, and Season 2 will not be available on YouTube and VidMe, as Season 1 is for quite a while. It will eventually be available on there, but probably not until Season 3 is done. We have a couple more web series we want to work on. We have another movie we're trying to shoot over these next 6 weeks, and we're still trying to finish this, and we're still trying to finish another movie that we started last year. So we're hoping to hit the ground running with 3 new features by the middle of 2018, and 1 or 2 more web series, and a bunch more shorts. So, keep looking for this, and if we're not up here one day, we better be working on something else. Talk to you soon, guys. I'm really happy that battery made it all the way through. I'm sorry my heater came on. I don't know if you can hear it. And more on the bumper, but you can see it in that video. More on the bumper, more on the pumpkins, and more on a spaceship I just got coming very, very soon. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.